Hi, everyone. Welcome to a visual arts community for teachers just like you, elementary art teachers. I'd like to welcome you back. I'm Sarah Rising, moderator for the elementary visual art community. Today, we're going to wrap up with part 3 of advocating for your art program. And I'd like to remind you to subscribe to this podcast and remember to participate in the discussions so we can get some good collaborations going on. I will link the presentation to this video in the discussion so that you'll have access to the links in the presentation. All right, here we go. Final chapter in advocating for art education. Today's topic is going to be Showtime, presenting and showcasing student work. I'm going to include lots of resources where you can go get ideas, and you can take notes while you're watching, but remember the presentation link will be in the discussion so you can go back and access the documents and the articles. Does the idea of prepping for the annual art show strike fear in your heart? Do the current teaching conditions, have they caused chaos when choosing between a live or a virtual art show? Help is on the way, so stick around for a bit and check out the resources and ideas to help make your next art show a smashing success. I know I share her posts often, but Cassie Stevens seems like the queen of elementary art shows. So I've included a link to one of her blogs, and in it she shares some tips and tricks to some of her recent art shows. Now, I know we are all doing different things. Some of us are doing shows where we put the art up in our schools. Some of us are using outside companies as a fundraising source where they actually frame the art and put on the art show for you. But whatever method you are using, I hope you'll find some good information here in these resources. This link that I included here is from a Deep Space Sparkle blog, and this gal has been a go-to resource for me, and if you haven't discovered her yet, she always has really good ideas on portfolios, selecting artwork, and displaying options. So the link is here, and if you've got the time, just go in and check it out. Festivals and family art nights are becoming popular again now that we are all out in the world. I liked this resource, which is why I shared it, because she's got lots of ideas within here. We are all trending in our district, and some of you may be doing this as well, into the vertical team format, where you're working with your high schools and your middle schools and linking those feeder schools all together into a family activity. I think this is a really good idea, and we will be doing this year for the first time, so stay tuned and I'll let you know how that goes. Also, if you guys have any ideas to share on this topic, perhaps you could share that with us. There's lots of ideas. You can include fundraising within that program. You can have local artists working there. I've seen some blog posts and some ideas on Instagram where one of the teachers had farm animals at the event, and I think the kids were drawing from those. So many ideas and so many ways to connect with your community. And again, this goes back to advocating for your arts program and putting yourself out there in the community so that they see exactly what makes your program so special and so important. The next idea here, I always have a hard time coming up with this every year, and do you guys do that? So here I've pulled up some unique ideas for some art show themes. I know we try to be all aligned with the grade levels, so what I thought I'd show you is these ideas. So tiny art. If you're pressed for time, why not work on tiny art for your art shows, and then let that be the theme, and you can display that within a smaller space. So if you're limited on space or limited on time, this is one option that you can go with. You also might want to consider the theme based on your location, a town, a city, or a place, and then bring out the diverse artistic interpretations from your students, and you'll come up with quite a wide range of works. Invite local community members to be a part of this to check it out. They can also even judge and add some of their own artwork. Another theme, and I'm sure I've done this one before, pick a famous artist as the inspiration. For example, Van Gogh, Degas, Rembrandt, or Pollock. And encourage your artists to create work which displays, it could be figurative, literal, thematic inspiration from that particular artist's work, but make it their own. Have them personalize it. You could also choose famous landmarks. It could be international landmarks or buildings for inspiration. Use the Guggenheim Museum or the Sydney Harbour Bridge or the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building as a starting point for artists to create architectural impressions of their own making. Self-portraiture, this theme can be interpreted in a number of ways. It doesn't have to just be the drawing of the face. So this is a great way to get your young artists to think about objects or subject matter that expresses their own identity. It doesn't necessarily have to be the drawings of the face. I know that as the kids get older, in my experience, 4th and 5th graders seem to be a little more reluctant to draw themselves. I think they're a little more critical of that. So open it up to a way that they can express themselves and share their identity. Finally, maybe make your show based on a unique medium for artists to work. So maybe you have a grade level working with newspaper, another grade level working with plastic or corrugated cardboard and cast-offs. This is also a great way to use materials for free and use things where you don't have to spend a lot of money. And it can also become a little more three-dimensional, which makes it a little more tricky to display, but still another great way to show the kids how they can reuse things that we typically throw away. The final thing I have for us is this article. It talks about 8 unique ways to display student artwork. So I've put the link in here for you, and I'm going to go over what those are. All right, so I've linked the direct website to this blog. And again, it's from a while ago, but gosh, it sure is timeless with some ideas. And the first idea that they have is to create an artmobile. So have it be a moving piece. Have it vertically, it kind of saves some space. You can put this in a corner of your room or in your media center. Would be a great project for kids to do who are early finishers. Making fancy borders. Have a bulletin board that's already set up so that it's ready to go, and then you can just pop some artwork up in a quick minute. Why not mimic an art museum with an art board? There are lots of ways that you can do this inexpensively, and it can be a permanent display. Sometimes we may not have the space in the hallways at our schools. So think of some creative ways where you can have an art board set up somewhere in maybe your media center or in the front office where you have a high volume of traffic. Using frames is a great way to make your students feel like their artwork is super valuable. And you can spray paint those. You can find them at the local secondhand stores. You can get them donated. So take advantage of those freebies and display your artwork in that style. This one is a little bit iffy in my mind. Yes, hang artwork from the ceiling, but please make sure that you check with your local policies from your safety and fire marshals, because it is not always permissible that we can hang things from the ceiling. Cool idea, though. Using a clothing line, I know our school is getting repainted, so they're going to be pretty particular about putting things on the walls. So clotheslines are a great way to quickly put up and take down work. I know one of the struggles I have, and I'm sure you do too, is that if you have to hot glue or staple artwork on the wall, we are reluctant to damage student work So this is kind of a speedy way to put that up and take it down. Finally, no, not finally, an art Rolodex. I thought this was a really cool idea. They used a paper towel holder and binder rings, and then the plastic sleeves, put the artwork in there, set it in the office, set it at the front desk, or anywhere where maybe parents are waiting to have a meeting, or people are coming in the building and they can flip through there and see the artwork. Love, love, love this idea. How about a popsicle easel? This is the last idea. Easy thing for kids to make. They can display things on their tables. You can use the media center for the bookshelves, putting it in their classrooms. And again, super easy go-to project. The popsicle easels could even be an early finisher assignment. So that is a great read on 8 ideas on how you can display your student artwork. All right, so let's talk about it. What are your secrets to art shows, and how are you displaying your art? If you wouldn't mind, share your thoughts in our discussion, and hopefully we can get some good collaboration going on about this important topic. Well, I hope you found all of this information helpful. It was good seeing you. Come back and catch us the next time. Bye.